real intense benefit of the doubt of like, maybe Harry and Meghan didn't mean for it to really go that way or be framed that way or come across that way. They were just trying to share their truth. Oh, even if we were to give huge benefit of the doubt there, still, it does not absolve this issue that Harry allowed this to go on against his own family, who he grew up with and even worked with into his adulthood. You know, if he had left for military training and like never returned to royal life and never returned as a working royal or anything and just kind of stayed separate, that would be one thing. But he didn't. And he worked alongside Catherine and William and King Charles, Prince Charles at the time, on all kinds of projects. Even Invictus Games was launched initially from the Prince's Trust, and at the time it was Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's royal fund of Catherine and William to create Invictus even, and the Heads Together, and many other initiatives. He was with them all the time and working with them as an adult. And so for him to just the plain disrespect of letting somebody else, it's either Harry is so cowardly that he feels this way, he thinks these things about his family, and he didn't have the balls to just say it himself on Oprah, so he had Meghan say it, or he didn't have the balls to say, no, I will not let you speak about my family that way, no matter how mad I am. And I think a lot of people see that and have that value of like, I don't really care what personal drama or fighting is going on. I still wouldn't want someone deliberately trying to ruin my brother or sister or parents' life or reputation or image in the public eye. I still wouldn't want someone saying something horrible about them that's going to follow them around the rest of their lives and potentially do damage to like their livelihood or anything like that, just because I'm mad at them or feel like they did things wrong behind closed doors, under stress or not, you know? I think that alone is incredibly illuminating when it comes to Harry. I definitely think that that is a valid viewpoint, because even just the unique, special, exceptional, and hugely significant position that King Charles and Prince William and all of those family members are in. And, you know, to somebody accustomed to living in a mansion in a beautiful place like Montecito, California, with a very privileged life, even they would recognize the hugely different, transformative, amazing experience and presence of the royal family. They have a hugely prominent role in history and a legacy that's like undeniably one of the most prominent, famous, I mean, they are the most famous monarchy in the world, but the legacy itself is huge. And the specialness of that, there's no way the kids wouldn't see that and think, geez, this is amazing. I would love to be closer to this. There's no way as they get older that will decrease. Rather, it would probably increase. The draw and the allure, just the specialness of the royal family, the castles, the beautiful grounds, the beautiful homes, the beautiful jewels, the rich history, all of it is only going to become more and more appealing with time. And if I put myself in like a child's shoes who grows up and then learns many, many years later just how special their childhood could have been, and the fact that Harry and Meghan try to manipulate this as, well, we wouldn't have had any privacy if we had stayed with the royal family. Nonsense, okay? Absolute nonsense. There are members of the royal family whose children are not public figures, who aren't titled. There are members of the royal family who are not working royals and therefore are not followed around by paparazzi, and their children are not getting photographed all the time. Harry and Meghan have always been under this delusion that they would have the same level of interest as Princess Diana just because Harry is Diana's son. Princess Diana had that level of interest because of a weird timing in the world where press was becoming a bigger and bigger deal and media was rapidly expanding at the time. And Princess Diana, when she married and married Prince Charles, it was a time where there was this mystery about the royals still, because press was not the same as it is now. And that went from this sort of bit of mystery where there was a lot more control to access, to the internet being born and people being able to share information so much faster, and paparazzi became so much more of a big deal, and the press pace began to accelerate very, very quickly. And at the same time as all of that happened, the drama within the then Prince Charles and Princess Diana relationship and the separation. And they were, no matter what, regardless of all the drama and the media temperature, they were to be the future king and queen. And so having the future king going through a divorce and all of that was a big, big deal. But Meghan and Harry were never, ever going to be treated with the same level of interest. They were never, ever going to be seen with the same level of importance. So I really struggle to fathom how they ever thought that they were on the same level or same par. And I think it colored a lot of their behaviors and a lot of their positions and things that they got offended by and whatnot. And along with many of you, I do think that that's what the true beef with the media was about. That Harry and Meghan thought they deserved and expected all that attention and same level of prominence and whatnot, and to be followed and chased down and whatnot the way Diana and Catherine were. And when it didn't happen, they were personally offended. And that's what they thought was biased, was why you're not interested because of bias. That's what this is, rather than